I guess is this the last G1 update? Unless we're...
This is, Dylan, what are the odds that Okada wins A block? Because I want to say me and Blake are both mathematically eliminated from winning, because we kind of are, but if Okada wins, Blake could come back and destroy all of us.
There is a 50-50 shot. Like I said, I can't stay up for it. But you could, Scottye, potentially. Or maybe it's up now. If you can tell me the order of the match card for tonight, I can tell you the percentage chance that Okada is winning.
Oh wait, is it tonight? I thought it was in like a few days.
No.
Let me see. What is tonight? It's night 17, and we can do the order, and we'll make a quick early prediction of, is Okada winning? So, the opening match is some Young Lions. Then we have Jeff Cobb versus Takahashi. Both men are mathematically eliminated, so doesn't matter. We then have... Damn it, it's a real jip in my craw that it just says both men are mathematically eliminated underneath the next match, Suzuki versus Takagi.
Well, they both let us down, okay?
Yep. Okada is taking Ospreay next.
Oh, then Jay White is winning.
Yeah, Jay White's winning, because Jay White's in the final.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Says Okada needs to win or draw, and for White or Ibushi
Actually,
to lose.
I take that back. They could pull the major bullshit where there's like some crap in the finals. I really am hoping that they let Jay do it, though. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a Jay Evil final at this point.
Yeah.
But but so here's the two thing. It's either in my estimation, it's either Jay Sonata or Okada Sonata. And if Sonata makes it, then Blake's eliminated, because that's all the points I need.
Okay.
Yep.
I love how the man who has been in the lead for the entire tournament's like, this is all I need to win. Motherfucker, no, you're fine. Jay's in the finals.
You need to understand, I don't count Okada out of shit. He shouldn't win, based on the fact that this tournament is going the exact same way as the fucking 2018 tournament, where he fucking wore red pants and, like, dyed his hair and bullshit. This tournament, he keeps using that bullshit submission finish for everything. Which is why Ospreay will potentially win, just to really hammer home that Okada should A, stop wearing trunks, it looks weird, and then B, stop trying to use the money clip.
Mm-hmm. We'll know if Okada wins based off of his appearance on night 17.
Oh, it'll be the same. Basically, I'll wake up and I'll know before you guys will, because I wake up at like 6:45, so I'm gonna go check, and then if Okada loses, then I know what's happening. Yeah. If Okada wins, you're just gonna hear me be like, "Fuck you, Blake." There's just gonna be.
We should have never gave Dylan the ability to talk about New Japan. This is the longest cold open ever.
All right, start the show.
Welcome to Fight Boys, a show about professional and not so professional wrestling. I am your host, the third man in the G1 tournament, Scottye Moore.
I am your potentially third man in the G1 tournament, Blake Tanner.
And I am, and then you just insert the Rainmaker music here. Yes. The continuing reign of the Pickmaker, the Dylan.
Yeah. The man who, pretty much beyond a shadow of a doubt now, right? Based off what you said, is going to be winning this one?
Yeah, basically, he's going to be. Here's the thing. I've realized I got to go with... Every year I go with a risky pick, I get fucked. Because I was like, Tama's going to win the G1. No. Suzuki's winning. Fucking stop. Just stop.
Literally, if you had picked anyone else more reasonable, you probably would have been right there with me. But
I was on a real Suzuki kick 3 weeks ago, and it just led me to be like, this could be his year!
And it was not.
I really did feel sad after you told me that, and I was like, are you locking that in? Yes. Okay, so it felt terrible. It was like telling a child that Santa doesn't exist. It was heartbreaking.
I believe my favorite quote from me was, Suzuki can still win, and you said, no, he's mathematically eliminated. I said, not if he stabs the other 4 people in the tournament. He should be fine.
There was actually a year where he said, how do you know? What if the other people get sick and they can't compete? I could win still. Thus leading to my belief that he did try to poison them.
Yeah. Now on to into wrestling news. Well, this was wrestling news. On to WWE news. I'm upset at the fact that SmackDown and Raw were both better shows than AEW this week. I'm upset at that. I'm very physically upset at that. Because SmackDown, like, Blake and I watched SmackDown live, and it was fucking killer. Like, yeah, they made some bad decisions, but Big E had the singles match of his career. The New Day reunited. Like, yeah, we had to look at Matt Riddle a little bit, but like outside of that, it was just a good fucking episode.
Did you forget about the big return we're gonna talk about later that was the worst?
Yeah, but I don't care. That was in one segment, and luckily it was during the match.
He was on Raw too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but luckily it was both during already bad segments. It's not like he came out and ruined a good segment. I was already gonna be like, this is bad.
What was wrong with AEW? From what I could tell, 3 out of the 4 title matches were really good. And then, like, the end of the episode was amazing.
I liked AEW a lot more than you did, I think, because I would have put it on the same level, if not better, than Raw.
Here was the thing with AEW. 1/3 of the show was all right. It was average AEW. 1/3 of it was fucking phenomenal. Best stuff they've put out in a long time. And then there was the final third. And that's where everything just went to shit. I did not like everything post Cassidy versus Cody just got rough. Like the Sheeta match, Sheeta was off for some reason.
Yeah. Like I said, 3 out of 4 matches. But like from what I could tell from the main event, it was fine to good.
It was a big boy punch fight, and I was like, I'm tired of seeing big boy. Because you got to remember, I have to watch Raw every week, where all I get is big boy punch fight.
That's not fucking AEW's fault.
That's not fair,
though.
I'm sorry. No, AEW is presenting itself as an alternative, which means they also need to be looking at what's happening on the other show.
No, they don't. They need to run their own goddamn show.
Let me rant, 'cause I'm
regardless.
watching everything. I watch every show, hour to hour, every week on WWE Raw. I get to watch a champion beat the shit out of the number 1 contender. Guess what was the only thing happening on AEW? Nothing impressive coming out of Moxley, just, I want to punch the big man, and then I will punch big, and that's all it was. There was nothing creative. They were reusing spots from Wrestle Kingdom, which would have been fine if they had learned anything from it. Like, Moxley hit the paradigm shift through tables, like he did at Wrestle Kingdom. Fucking Archer should know not to do that. Archer should know to react to that. But it was generic spot after generic spot in a basic, vicious title match. There was nothing intriguing about it. Nothing interesting. The only good part was Eddie Kingston afterwards being Eddie Kingston.
You do realize that 75% of their audience didn't fucking watch that Wrestle Kingdom match. So trying to build upon something that no one has seen helps no one.
You mean the thing they kept bringing up during this rivalry?
Correct. They brought it up, but nobody had seen it outside of like a select group of fans. Nobody's going to go out after seeing that promo and be like, I should pay $10 to get New Japan World, find that Wrestle Kingdom, search for that match before Nobody who's watching basic cable wrestling is doing that.
Here's what that match was. It was The Hangover 2. It was, let me go back and watch the original. In this case, let me go back and watch the original Hangover. Okay, this is a good film. Let me watch the sequel. It's the same fucking film. It's the same thing, just again. And that's what was, that I was getting heated over it. And also because I'm just so fucking tired of uncreative bullshit. I am so sick of it. Anyways, Big E had a really good fight against Sheamus.
No, SmackDown was pretty good. It had a couple of lemons. I honestly was not impressed with Raw. There were some good moments.
Well, you came in during the bad part of Raw. You came in when Raw was a lot like AEW.
You literally just ragged on AEW because a third of it was rough.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A third of Raw was rough, a third of it was good, a third of it was really fucking bad. But at the end of the day, like, there was more
You just listed two-thirds of it being bad.
No, a third of it was all right.
No, he said a third of it was rough. I'm calling you out on it. That was a Freudian slip.
No, third was really fucking good. AJ, if we're gonna move on to Raw, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, two guys who have been off their bullshit for the longest time, finally got back on their bullshit and had a phenomenal fucking match. Blake, I will call you out because Raw did have the sell of the century.
Okay, that is one moment that I loved. That was absolutely great, but that does not make up for the ending.
No, the ending was absolutely garbage, as it was on AEW. So like.
Wait, so you were cool with the women's battle royale?
Yeah, that was was very bad.
That was terrible. But I will say to go with something good though, Ricochet he did the Eddie Guerrero chair spot.
It was the feint. It was the Lord, it was the Jesus feint, though. Of a feint.
Lord.
Oh, the vapors.
I'm coming down with the vapors. That was probably my moment of the night from Raw, though. Like, that was goddamn phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that was so Ricochet.
Yeah, it was very, very good. That was great. Like, the AJ match was very, very good. Like, everything they put out was all right or great on that episode. And I guess it is because I do watch Raw every single week.
So your bar's really goddamn low.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm expecting some bullshit. Oh, fuck, they are doing it this week, though. They are getting it. Okay.
Now, between Raw and SmackDown, though, like you said, Biggie fucking match of, like, his career. One of the best matches he's had because it was concise and it was brutal.
Yeah, that was great. Then we had the New Day win the titles. Then we had the heartbreaking moment, which I am not going to say was a bad decision. Like, it got an audience reaction, and they're going to be doing good shit with it.
But I hope they are, but, like,
it did kill both of us when they broke up the New Day.
I was livid in the moment, but that's what they wanted me to be. I am also terrified that they'll fuck this up, because they're so bad with doing any type of breakup. Even though this is one where, like, the New Day were like, we are not breaking up, we will stay together, we'll be on both shows. As long as they keep going on with that and WWE doesn't fuck it up, then they'll be fine.
From what I mean, that's kind of why Big E had this temporary singles run. That was a test run to see if the crowd could get behind him without Kofi and without X. And he proved himself. Like, he proved I can get over without them. And then they said, okay, why don't we have a presence of the New Day on every show? That way, when we do get back to live events, if someone comes to see Raw live and they love the New Day, they get to see the New Day. If they go to SmackDown, they get to see the New Day. Just Big E, but like...
Yeah, I don't know if he was just, like, acting it really well and committing to it, but E looked legitimately pissed.
Oh, he's a good actor, though. They had to have known about that. Also, good news out of the draft, though. One tag team may be apart, but one may be reforming. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are back on the same fucking roster. I don't care if they're fighting together, against one another. I'm just happy.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You didn't even talk about Heavy Machinery breaking up.
Yeah.
That's because WWE didn't even talk about Heavy Machinery breaking up.
Otis got like a promo on, I think it was The Bump, so you're right, they didn't talk about it, but like Otis had like a legitimately emotional promo about it. Like, it's Tucky. Tucky's gone.
So I would love to know what Andrade did to be so horribly abandoned by the company.
He's getting surgery from what I've heard. And so he's going to be taking time off. So you don't want to have him win and then disappear.
Meltzer also said that, like, he was one of Heyman's big projects, and once Heyman was dropped, then it was just like he was kind of floundering. So when he comes back is going to be the real test of if you're going to see Andrade doing anything worthwhile.
I've heard big push when he comes back from surgery.
Yeah.
Hope so.
You remember how they were supposed to push Bianca and fucking Peyton?
I was very mad that Bianca got eliminated the way she did from that.
I was very mad about that whole, but the whole battle royal, we just kind of kept going, where's Alexa? Because Alexa was one of the main people advertised for this. Where is Alexa?
Hanging out with the Fiend, getting ready to fuck some shit up. Still best sister Abigail. Beautiful.
I guess Natty's winning. That's cool. No! And then me and Blake were just mad.
To be fair, Lana did have that great bit where she was just like, "Oh, you want drama? Talk to the woman who has 2 ex-husbands and an ex-girlfriend."
Ex-girlfriend, yeah.
She also fucking
kayfabe. Keep it kayfabe.
What was that Natty Lana breakup earlier in the night where fucking
Lana loses, and then Natty just looks at her and she goes, "What are you, stupid?" And then just leaves, and then Lana does the worst fake crying, and it was fucking good. I loved it.
It was so fucking... It was utterly ridiculous, and I mean, it was worth it to watch. But I don't think Scottye... I don't think either of us realized that Lana went under, like, didn't go over the top rope, because we saw her fly out of that fucking ring.
Yeah, well, no, what we saw was her get put through a table by Nia Jax, and we just assumed at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently that match is not going to be Hell in a Cell. It will be next week, meaning we can still have Alexa Bliss versus Asuka at Hell in a Cell, but, like, this was just a decision they made, I guess.
Hey, kids, you want to see a dead body? Watch Raw.
So, darling, stand by me.
What the fuck? What? Okay, random karaoke break from Blake Tanner there.
Stand by me. You want to see this fucking dead body?
That's now just become like a part of my vocabulary that I don't even associate it with Stand By Me anymore.
I feel like it might be too soon for the Alexa versus Asuka.
Well, she's spooky, and it's Hell in a Cell.
The only way I will accept that match is if it's Hell in a Cell.
I don't know. I wouldn't give that to them. I would do, like, some sort of spooky match.
We are at the point where half the card is going to be fucking Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah, just make it the whole fucking card.
Yeah, why not at this
just
point?
Just keep the cell down, Vince. Whole show. Keep that fucking cherry red cage parked outside.
Uh-huh.
Listen, Asuka's like the one member, the fifth horsewoman.
Yeah.
That deserves like a cage match. Because Asuka can bring some shit.
Yeah, man.
Alexa too. I believe in Alexa's ability to fucking ragdoll herself into a good match with Asuka.
What would be good is like a make it Hell in a Cell, but give it a stipulation a la Jay and Roman. So do like Hell in a Cell, but there's like creepy weapons and shit hanging from so like the Firefly cage or some shit like that. So it's still just the cell, but they put shit up.
I don't know, man. You remember the Insane Asylum match between Jericho and Ambrose and how shit that was?
Jericho got...
I like that match.
He got 69 tacks in his body on that day. Don't you dare insult that match. It gave us one of the best Jericho reaction images of all time. And NXT news, it was actually a pretty good episode, I thought, overall. Like, some of the matches were a little rough and a little hard to get into, but then Shotzi Blackheart fought Candice LeRae, and all of that went away. It was just a good fucking show. And then at the end, they brought out a cheesy gimmick, but one that I think works, and it's the fact that the Garganos matches are going to be a spin the wheel, make the deal or something stipulation.
Yeah, you remember Raw Roulette? It's that.
It's that, but better.
So also, there is that bit of news on SmackDown. Do we want to talk about it? Because it involves Riddle, and fuck Riddle.
Yeah, I've realized, like, this is the one advantage, well... Yeah, I think the one advantage AEW has is the fact that I never feel like there's a problematic individual in the ring on AEW. but on Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Like, NXT this week, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, Johnny Gargano's got a match. It's against Austin Theory. Oh, great. This is going to be a great match. Fuck, they put Riddle in it. Oh, but the match is over. Oh, no, he returned. Like, it's just awkward overall. But yeah, oh, fuck. An email came out from a WWE referee. Oh, man, and it was Drake, too. That sucks. I fucking love Drake. And it was...
Turns out Drake supports QAnon, so you might not want to...
Oh, okay, so no, fuck Drake.
No, yeah, they've got a big problem with that, because he's been raising money for QAnon.
Okay, well, it was to Candy Cartwright, who, of course, was assaulted by Matt Riddle, and it says... Samantha, I regret to inform you that we will have to cancel your booking at NXT for this Wednesday as well as March 4th. Apparently, there were some past issues I wasn't aware of with you and one of our talent that would not make for an ideal work environment. Good luck to you in your career. Motherfucker, what?
Oh.
So, Matt Riddle got her blackballed from NXT. Because he's just such a cool bro that everyone needs to love. Fuck! Also, Joey Ryan, if we're going to just do this as a whole segment, Joey Ryan's filing a $10 million lawsuit against Impact.
God, good luck.
Anyways, on to AEW. Which, yeah, like I said, I will say, I know I got very heated about that fucking Moxley match. Like, I am sweating. I got so heated over that Moxley match. But overall, there were some moments that I consider segment of the year, and we will talk about that later. But like, there was, and one of the best matches all year, which we will also talk about later.
And also, fucking, they gave Eddie Kingston time to talk at the end of the show, so the end of the show was awesome.
Yeah, anytime Eddie Kingston grabs a microphone, I go up and in my little 5 out of 5 rating, I just automatically put 5 out of 5. I'm like, I don't know what he's gonna say, but 5 out of 5.
At this point, he's cutting like top tier promos against food. So I can only imagine if we actually get him talking about wrestling, that it'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. Also, we a couple of weeks ago we were like, hey, should we do a prediction series for the fucking #1 contender tournament? And then it came out, and I was like, no, I think we're good because it's Penta versus Ray. That's probably the only one I would consider a toss-up. Kenny versus Joey. So Kenny. Colt versus Hangman. Wardlow versus Jungle Boy. Wardlow.
Hangman's gonna have to face Wardlow's muscly tits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then Kenny Omega is gonna put on a classic against either Lucha Bro. And then at Full Gear, Hangman versus Kenny Omega. So,
yeah.
Cleaners here, baby. I do love this rivalry because, like, I brought this up in my review. Hangman's been actually wrestling and actually practicing his craft. Meanwhile, Kenny's just been doing commentary spots and interviews being like, I'm the best wrestler ever. I've mastered tournaments. I'm like, you haven't been wrestling. And, like, I understand he's gonna win it, but, like, I love that little interesting bit to the storyline of Kenny's not actually working, but Hangman is.
Tortoise in the hair, man.
Tortoise in the hair, man. Yeah. But yeah, come on. From the matches I've seen, it seemed like a good episode. They finally brought in the time limit draw again.
Oh, no, that was, we will get to that, because that was match of the night for me. Outside of that, Best Friends FTR was a basic Best Friends basic FTR match, which was a little disappointing outside of when they fucking yeeted Trent into an arcade cabinet.
Yep.
And then, of course,
the only really bad part is, like, Miro is clearly rusty still.
It's not only that, he has so much more fucking charisma than what he's showing on AEW. Like, half his promo was in Bulgarian. I'm like, all right. That's because I want him to just be like a Twitch fuckboy. I want him to be a Twitch fuckboy alongside Kip. Because it'd be such a, like, when he came out wearing the fucking, like, Gucci slides, I was like, I'm behind this. But ever since, he's been really struggling. He did, however, say one of the quotes of the night, which was, "Good friends, you break my shit." And that was the end of the promo. It was so good.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he's still getting his bearings. He was off for like 4-6 months.
Yeah, he was off for a while.
Yeah, he was off for a while. So like it takes a while. It's a you got to relearn how to ride a bike, and like that Tony and the Bucks and everybody will work with him. Like they want him to succeed. So I have faith in it.
You know how good he can be. It's just like you got to let him get his legs under him. I wish he'd have some more matches on Dark just to get back into the swing of things.
That might be what's going to happen next. They might be like, "Yo, you're going to do a couple of of squashes. We're going to have you face Lee Johnson. You'll be fine."
Well, he did this week. He fought Lee Johnson this week.
Yeah, he can do it again.
But I will say, I do love the continuing storyline of Avalon and Cutler neither being able to get a victory. Like, it was a double DQ this week, wasn't it?
The ongoing storyline being that the Bucks did not second Brandon Cutler in that match.
Oh, shit. I didn't know. Yeah, because I knew about the whole will they second you thing, but I didn't follow up on that.
Granted, it was because somebody took Hangman's phone and like told the Bucks to fuck off, and they tried to like reconcile with him.
Oh, wow.
It was probably Kenny.
Are the Bucks babyface? Or like, are they heel?
No, they're heels. Did you not see the bit where they fucking super kicked everybody in that whatever?
that was the weirdest segment of the night for me. But it feels kind of like they're tweeners. It kind of feels like they're trying to be cool NWO heels, and it's not vibing with me. Also, that I was waiting for like an ROH super kick party. It was 2 super kicks, then random brawl, then 2 more super kicks. I'm like, no. This is your big coming out party. You got to super kick everyone.
No. They'll probably have a. You remember how HBK just started super kicking everybody backstage? I think we're building up to that, where they just come in and lay down like $50,000, and they're just like, watch this, and they make Tony Khan watch as they kick all of his assistants.
I'll be honest. I don't want him to win. I really don't. I don't want to pull the trigger on FTR Young Bucks this soon. I'd rather see them against like Private Party or something like that for right now.
Private Party mean the most underwhelming tag team in the division? I take that back. The Natural Nightmares are the most underwhelming tag team. But a close second.
I'm also having to figure out what Tony would book, because if I had it my way, it would be Reynolds and Silver against FTR.
I really just want the Hybrid 2 to come back. I miss them and their bullshit.
They wrestled last week.
I know, but like they're not wrestling often.
Yeah. I don't know. Like they're good. Like they're great in the ring. It's just their weird rave fuckboy characters haven't connected with me completely. Like they need a
manager.
Yeah.
Because like they can both talk, but all they can do is fuckboy talk, and they don't even get a real opportunity for that. Like, they don't cut promos in the ring. Jack Evans just yells random shit into the audience. Yeah. There's no real audience. So, like...
To me, it's like, they've got the same problem that Dexter Lumis in NXT has, which is, the character is great. It's just, once they're in the ring, it's like the character disappears, and it's just, I do wrestle now. Okay. Like, you gotta find a way to make sure your wrestling, like what you do, fits your character. Like that's why Bray Wyatt was so good when and even as the Fiend first started out, is he made sure all of his moves is something that either a creepy swamp man or a deranged creepy clown would do.
I mean, TH2 does that. They fuck with you a different way. Fucking Angelico does it by pulling like weird Mexican submission bullshit on you, and then Jack Evans is Jack Evans. It's just that they don't have like a promo presence or like a video package presence, because neither one of them is that guy. So they need like a manager or like honestly, just a female manager that can cut promos. Like, they just need to find some chick who can talk and is okay with wearing, like, neon green and yellow rave gear. Like, that's really all they need.
Yeah.
They need a heater. They don't have a heater.
Quick two things. One, congratulations to John Cena for getting married, and please get well soon to Scott Hall, because he had some bad things happen over the weekend, and I want Scott Hall to be better. Anyways, patreon.com/load. That's a weird thing to lead into the plug with, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Scott Hall had a relapse. Patreon.com/load.
Support Scottye so he doesn't.
Well, no. I feel like if I got more money, it would be worth. Patreon.com/LoadedBS, the website where you can support us, get access to exclusive content, and get access to our Discord, which is where we're doing a lot of fun shit now. We did a virtual trip to Disneyland last week. We're doing every single time Raw, SmackDown, AEW airs, I go live on the Discord. And maybe share my screen so you can also watch AEW on the Discord. So you can hang out, live react with us. You can give your opinion on the show, so that way if everyone else happens to love a certain Moxley Archer match, I won't be in the minority, and I will be able to taper my expectations. But yeah, you get access to that. We watch bad movies. We do all sorts of fun shit on that BS Discord that you can only get access to by donating at patreon.com/a-load-of-BS. Who we tweeting, Dylan?
Fuck, man, I don't know. I can't do this every week.
It's your bit!
No! It was my bit, and then we stopped tweeting Dustin, and then it stopped being my bit. And I would just come up with bullshit every week, just to come up with bullshit.
Hey,
you could tweet either Okada or Jay White and tailor it to, listen here, fucko, you better lose, or listen here, fucko, you better win.
You could tweet Anna Jay and tell her to keep up the good work, fucking beating the shit out of Stu Grayson.
I just said, hey, sexy Chucky T, do you miss us? Hashtag Dustwatch 2017.
If this is the one that gets a reply from Dustin, then it's just no.
It won't be. He secretly has us to, like, you know how you can have your mailbox to fucking take certain email addresses and put them into the fucking trash? He has that.
Yeah, he's got us muted.
Not blocked, just muted.
On to our heels and faces of the week. Boy, Blake, yours and I's is pretty heavy, so Dylan, would you like to begin?
With which one?
Your heel.
Oh, okay. So, speaking of FTR and the tag division and not wanting to pull the trigger on Bucks versus FTR, I would love them to get that shit over as soon as possible so that some of the other tag teams in the division can actually have a chance to shine and not be overshadowed by those two. Because, you know, fucking the Best Friends got their second tag team title opportunity and got punked out once again. Granted, this time it was by interference, but like I can only watch so many different ways that FTR cheats before it starts to get annoying. Like if they were straight up legitimately beating teams, that's fine.
I mean,
fine.
They beat Hybrid 2 somewhat clean last week. They beat them through, surprisingly enough, a splash, and then beat them that way. So, like, they are... See, that's what I like about them. Not that they cheat to win every time, but the fact that they are so old school that they rarely break out any of their signatures or finishers. They are 110% just, we come into the ring and we do what we must to win. And it's I like it, but I understand where you're coming from, because I had a different reason I was upset with the tag booking this week, which is Tony Khan has been very adamant about our power rankings are important. Our power rankings show us the top 5 best teams, and we can use that to figure out who will challenge FTR in the future. And then this week they said, nah, fuck that. We're going to put everybody's name in a fucking bingo rattler and then pull them out one by one and just be like, I guess it's your turn. And outside of maybe Silver and Reynolds, none of them were like big shocks to me. Like, this is where you need to put in, like, fucking Lee Johnson and whoever he's been teaming with. And then next week build it up as they won this out of they won the opportunity to be here out of pure fucking luck, and then build a babyface story, and then you build a new tag team. But no,
there's their tag team division is already fucking 8 to 9 teams deep, and you want them to make a new one out of jobbers.
Well, not that. I'm just saying, like, do something. If you're gonna do this whole randomization element, do something fun with it. Don't be like the 4 teams including the Young Bucks. They're here. Here you go.
I'm looking forward to the match that happens out of that, because the Butcher and the Blade get, like, a bigger opportunity to shine, and I really want that for them. They're a good team.
Even though their voices need to be swapped.
Yeah, but, like, they're just such cool dudes.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
That's like, how I am with Damian Priest now, the character. I'm like, you're just fucking cool. I don't like your wrestling that much, but you just fucking rule, dude.
I don't like your entrance that much, or your wrestling.
Oh my god, I was gonna save this for my NXT review, but the best part of this week's NXT was after he won, he goes, "Hey, follow me. Stay with me." Talking to the cameraman. "I'm about to show you something real cool." And then turns around to do the bow and arrow spot. And I love that dumb asshole so much that he's like, "You want to see something fucking sweet? I got an invisible bow and arrow for you."
You need to understand, I would be actually, like, marginally okay with that if King Cuerno didn't fucking, for 4 seasons, do way better. Or 3 seasons. By the way, somebody showed the difference, or somebody wrote a post on Reddit that was like, listen, Escobar peaked as King Cuerno. Nothing he does in this current persona is going to beat how cool King Cuerno was. And I was like, that's true. Lucha Underground, if nothing else, they built characters that you were like, that guy fucks.
Holy shit, I really need to watch more Lucha Underground, because I was like, which one was King Cuerno? And then I clicked in and went, oh fuck, it's him.
The man wore like a modern cowboy outfit with his mask on, and you bought it. You were like, yeah, no, I can see that man. I can see that man doing that.
That works.
He probably goes to the local grocery like that.
I am seeing
the local Spanish market.
I'm seeing the best picture of all time, and it's King Cuerno, and he's just got a fucking deer on his head.
Yeah.
Like a actual stuffed deer skull on his head.
Yeah. King Cuerno is King Hunter.
Who is this crazy, crazy man? I love him.
One of the best things that was part of Lucha Underground.
Oh, it's just so good. It's that 8-point buck on that boy's head. All right. Blake, do you want to go down the rabbit hole first, or do you want me to?
No, let me go down the rabbit hole, because mine is just it's just wrapping up some loose ends on something that happened a while ago that we just need to cover. And that is once again that Alberto Del Rio, El Patron, is
I thought we were done with you! I thought we were done with you!
He is an absolutely terrible, terrible human being on a level beyond what I even like to talk about. Last Thursday, very late, like right after we got finished recording, this news came out. He was indicted on charges by a grand jury in San Antonio, Texas, for aggravated kidnapping, and as it was stated later in the notes, multiple instances of sexual assault to the person he kidnapped. Back in May, Del Rio was arrested and charged with second-degree sexual assault and aggravated kidnapping. Finally, on Thursday, he was indicted on it, and we shall see what his punishment is. May it be as harsh as they can give. Let's see. He had been out on $50,000 bond until this moment. I believe that he's already been arraigned, but I have not been able to find something on if they've sentenced him or not. He's just fucking terrible. This is textbook abuse and shit stain. Like, this is just exactly what you'd expect from somebody that we knew of him, what we knew, and it really fucking sucks. Fuck him. Fuck everything.
God bless Ronnie Radke for giving Paige a decent boyfriend. I just like, that's where I'm gonna come from. That just like, shit.
Yeah,
fuck.
Good. It's good that she got out when she did.
Yeah. Well, now onto my heel. The worst part of Raw and the worst part of SmackDown, and what will continue to be. Riddle got drafted to Raw, right?
Nope, you're still on SmackDown.
Are you sure? I could have sworn he got drafted to... Hold on. Matt Riddle. If he is on Raw, that does mean I have one on every show now. Yeah, he got drafted to Raw. I got Matt Riddle on Raw. I've got Velveteen Dream and Austin Theory on NXT. And on SmackDown, I have Lars fucking Sullivan. Hey, WWE, I know you thought keeping him off TV for 15 months would make us forget, but you forgot. We're the internet. We never forget. We never forgive. Fuck this guy.
As a matter of fact, even just the day after he came out, people were posting inappropriate DMs that he had been sending to them,
in
which
fact,
is...
I mentally had this moment where I was like, because like, Sammy Guevara, I know a lot of people still do not like Sammy, but in my opinion, and this is just me, I think Sammy has worked to become a better person, and that has become evident. Like, he has made multiple videos being so apologetic for what he's done. Even Jack Gallagher, we brought up last week. Jack Gallagher, you can tell, is working. Like, his apology wasn't an apology. It was, I did some things. I fucked up. I am working to fix this. Listen to these people. And those are the people that I go, okay, I understand. You did some very bad things. You made a very bad mistake, but you've come back from it. And I mentally was like, maybe Lars has worked through things and come back from it. And then the very fucking next day, a Reddit user posted multiple fucking screenshots of a married yoga instructor getting DM'd by Lars asking to see a booty pics.
Uh-huh.
And it just...
Listen, at least he's keeping it fresh and not asking for titty pics.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Apparently sent her $80, and she was like, I'm just gonna refund this because no. And I don't know if they had worked or what, but and then the article continues, Lars is no stranger to online controversy. You can fucking say that again. But this was made public just a day after his return. It was reported today that WWE is aware of Lars's latest troubles. It was also said that it's beyond safe to say that Lars does not have many supporters left in the locker room. But one of his supporters has unfortunately the ultimate say, and that may be the end of it, because that supporter is WWE chairman Vincent Kennedy fucking McMahon.
It sucks. It sucks so bad.
And, oh wait, apparently they're trying to do a feud between him and Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman, so I can at least fast forward through that whole segment now.
Listen, so the way you can tell them apart is that one of them wears trunks.
Yeah. And one of them is a bigger creep than the other one.
I will never forget the time that Braun Strowman posted a picture with him and his, at the time, girlfriend, and she was wearing a shirt that says, I catch these hands. It was just hands over her boobs.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you wore that in public for multiple hours. I don't know. Is there such a thing as trashy respect?
You mean the only thing I ever get? Yes.
Is that like currency in the South? Can you trade that for like Pall Malls and packs of PBR?
It's not really a trade kind of thing. It does influence how many villagers give you gifts, though.
Yeah. All right, on to baby faces so we can talk about actual good shit. Dylan, you want to start so you could just kind of brag a little bit?
Oh, come on. This isn't what you think you're thinking. So I nominate the G1 as my babyface of the week because of the amount that it has brought the three of us together.
I appreciate
every day that the G1 happened, we had like it was some of the longest conversations we've had recently, where we did talk about like A, the actual match, B, the points, or like C, how much we fucking hate people for letting us down. Like it's it was like we were doing fantasy league stuff. But for wrestling,
it
was
was
the closest we're gonna get.
It might be the most I've ever learned for a spreadsheet. Because Dylan, have you looked at the spreadsheet and what I have done? All of the fucking if and commands I had to enter to figure shit out for this because it's inappropriate.
I will look now.
Yeah, I like that comparison though, because this is the most like our prediction series. I kind of see it as like what normal people would do is like a fantasy football league or something. But the G1 is where we go our hardest in the prediction series every year. And that evolved because one year you just said we're doing the fucking G1. Get fill in those pick'ems.
And we actually went back and listened. It was, why don't we do the pick'ems this year? And if I lose, I never talk about New Japan again, and Dylan unfortunately won. And
I won
gave us
handily.
Gave us the Sisyphean curse to have this happen every year.
I have no regrets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have been enjoying the G1 tournament. I've not watched a single fucking match, but I always aspire. I love waking up in the morning and having fun with my spreadsheet. All right, I'll do my baby face next because Blake, I can talk on yours as well. Mine is what I described in my review, and I will say again right now, might be my segment of the fucking year. It is easily the best AEW segment of the year, which means it's the best wrestling segment of the year. And it is MJF making a career announcement and inviting out Chris Jericho. It was fucking art. Yes, it was dumb and comedy, and that is the best shit on the planet. Like MJF being like, come on, Sammy, put on your jacket. I finally got it for you. Put it on. And then it's like 5 times too big. And then Sammy's having to act upset through the rest of the segment, but he's wearing this, like, his dad's jacket.
My favorite bit was, I would like to... Okay, come on. Come on, Jeff. Get it together. You're blowing it. Swallow your pride.
Yeah, he's like, I want to join a local yoga studio. And damn it, no, that's stupid. Fuck. I want to join the inner spirit of myself. Like, it's so good as he's trying to say he wants to join the inner circle. There's also a very long extended bit where he just talks about how good Jericho's hair is and how bad he wants to touch it. And then, this is the only way I'm gonna ever ask to do this with you, Blake. Mm-hmm. Jericho looks at MJF and goes, the Dark Order, or I'm sorry, I always call the Inner Circle the Dark Order. The Inner Circle makes decisions as a group. As you can see, my fellow compatriots do not agree with me, but I may be able to convince them after next week when we go 1-on-1 to a steak dinner. And then there's a shot of Guevara's face, and Guevara looked like Jericho just challenged him to a duel. It was so good. And then they played it up like it was a WrestleMania main event. MJF is just like, you really want this, Chris? You really want this? You want this steak dinner? And then they go quiet and you hear the crowd going, steak, 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 steak.
I've never wanted this. I've never wanted a steak more in my life.
And that is just cutting the surface of these two phenomenal performers just doing the best shit.
Yeah. That is what I come to wrestling for.
How can that segment exist and you not declare AEW the superior show just based on that alone? The rest of it could have literally just been 3 people standing in a ring playing with blocks, and I would still be like, no.
There was some good shit earlier. You don't understand.
You don't understand.
I remember I was sitting there.
The best friends did best friends things, and then there was this promo. We're good.
Like that. And what's bad is like, here's how you know a wrestling segment is good, is when it taints the upcoming segments by making them equal. It's like when you laugh at something actually funny and then dumb shit starts to make you laugh, because the next segment was just a Britt Baker segment with Tony Schiavone, and it was just dumb Britt Baker shit, and I was still like, this is phenomenal. Tony's getting his chest waxed. Fuck yeah.
Oh, by the way, Tony said that he didn't expect that to make it to the final cut, and it was a rib at him.
The exact words, these bitches all held me down and ripped my chest hair off. Tony Schiavone just talking like a normal human being, like an AEW understand, is my favorite fucking thing. Just looking at Aubrey Edwards, fuck you, bitch. You're just like, that's the voice of WCW. Like your head just explodes every time.
It's like, holy shit, Tony.
Secondary babyface Tony Schiavone.
But onto my babyface, because as you mentioned, MJF and Jericho did their things. The best friends did best friend things. But on that episode of AEW, Orange Cassidy did Orange Cassidy things in the best way possible. And you know what? It ultimately led to his defeat. So, fuck, I love Orange Cassidy.
Actually did not lead to his defeat.
It led to his draw. Listen, let me get to it.
Orange Cassidy did a fucking Broadway on television.
Yeah, he put on a phenomenal match. And I love that he did, it was Orange Cassidy at his purest, because he started out being Orange Cassidy. The lackadaisic lazy wrestler that we all know and love. And then he turned the fucking gas on, and he fucking brought it. Like, this shows exactly who he needs to be fighting. Just, because with the Jericho feud, it was all about him trying to be a main eventer. He didn't get the chance to do his Orange Cassidy thing.
He became a generic babyface. And what I liked about there's a lot of shit. I like, this was match of the night. But for me, what I liked about it is the fact that as it went on, it wasn't like he was turning the gas on like, I'm gonna fight you. It was, I want to win. Like, I'm just lazy. So a lot of his shit was just trying to find clever roll-ups, clever pinning predicaments to put Cody in, until eventually he's like, fuck it, okay, beach break, boom, okay, let's go.
It's him. Well, it is what they say, how a lazy person will always find the quickest, most efficient way to do something, and that is Orange Cassidy's style in a nutshell. But because he took so long to do it before he finally went all out 100%, the best that he could do, by the time he was able to get Cody down for a 3 count, we hit a time limit draw right fucking there.
Did you see the shot of Cassidy after the match? Because it's heartbreaking. Because even right before the moment when he went and it looked like he thought the ref was going to give him the title. Yeah, you see him. No. He's going to the referee with his arms out, and the ref just walks past him, and you see Cassidy collapse. And I'm like, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry at AEW.
Yeah, because he had his moment, and it slipped by him just so quickly, and he was devastated.
Now, what I like about this match, especially, is the fact that it's kind of exposing who I think, if they do go down the Cody heel route, who he's going to be. And I think it is a babyface or a heel who thinks he's a babyface. Because the opening of the match had Cody doing generic baby shit stuff, like running circles around his opponents, going to the crowd, being like, let's go! Those weren't getting pops. Cassidy was getting pops. Orange Cassidy's dumb shtick was getting pops, and Cody wasn't, and you could see how fucking mad it was making him. And it was so good.
Yeah.
And I love the build up to it. Cody was interviewed and he says, I think Cassidy beat Chris Jericho, and that is something to be applauded. But I've went back, and not once in his entire wrestling career has Orange Cassidy ever done a collar and elbow tie-up, and that is grossly offensive to me, and I will make him do one. And so in the middle of the match, I remember them hitting a collar and elbow, and Cody being so happy about it, and I was like, oh, that's why. That's why that happened.
Yep. God, it was a great match, but it also showcased why I think everybody else loves Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Like, it was, like I said, this put him over harder than any of the Jericho matches, because in those, he was being generic babyface. Here, he is being Orange Cassidy, and it was very good.
Yup.
But yeah, that's, it was better than Raw. It wasn't as better as SmackDown, but I will relent that it was better than Raw.
Yeah, which honestly is not a high bar, but there were some good segments in Raw.
Yeah. Raw had some... this was a tough Raw to beat. I will give them that. But now on to our closing discussion. It actually does revolve around Cody Rhodes, who was interviewed about, like, will we ever see AEW X NWA, AEW X New Japan? And Cody replied, I think you'll never see a full-scale, joint promoted show. We have too much pride in our individual brand. But in terms of relationships, we're never closing doors, and we're never going to pull up bridges. And then he goes, I laugh when I hear people talking about trying to get a working relationship with New Japan, because clearly it already exists. Moxley's been on New Japan. Jericho has. It already exists. NWA and Tony Khan are in contact. I love seeing Tanahashi. Who knows? It's something that could happen in the future. So
I mean, we haven't, and like Cody said, like they might not do full shows, but having Thunder Rosa come in and fight Sheeta, like that was fucking fantastic.
Like that was a very big deal. And like, I wouldn't doubt if they we will eventually see Kota Ibushi in AEW. Like, there's no way we will not see.
I don't want Kota Ibushi. I need Suzuki to show up, because I will take the day off of work. I will drive to Jacksonville. I will stand in line for 3 hours just so I can hear Kaze Ninare in person. COVID took both my dream matches away from me, and now I have to get that feeling back.
Right.
But that leads me to ask, if AEW had and I will even include WWE if we want, if they had a working relationship with whoever the fuck they wanted, if wrestling was a fun, happy place where people didn't care, what matches would you want to see? Suzuki Moxley, obviously. Again.
Orange Cassidy, Daniel Bryan.
I will counter that with Orange Cassidy, Tyler Breeze, because then you could get comedy shit. And because Daniel can do a good comedy match.
I would like to see Orange Cassidy, Yano Toru.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Shit. They've already done Tanahashi Jericho. Damn, Jericho really did go through who would be a great match for me in New Japan. I'll do them all. Thank you very much.
I would love to see. I'd like to see Jericho Ishii.
Oh yeah, that would be,
because they're both brawling styles. So like Jericho wouldn't have to try to get technical with it.
Yeah. Like Jericho evolved into a brawling style once he got to New Japan. He's like, I ain't gonna try this technical bullshit with these guys. I'll break my fucking neck.
Jay White Moxley, love to see that.
Ooh, Jay White Brody Lee.
Ooh,
Bullet
nice.
Club versus Dark Order. In fact, no, just make that a whole show. Bullet Club versus Dark Order. Give me God versus Reynolds and Silver.
No. God versus fucking Uno and Grayson.
I honestly do think Reynolds and Silver's a better tag team than Uno and Grayson. I see from this.
Fuck, man, can you mail me down whatever you're smoking right now? Because there's got to be some good shit.
Okay, in AEW. Overall, yes, fucking Super Smash Bros. Are killer, but in AEW, I think I've seen Reynolds and Silver put on better matches and do better shit than Dark Order. You can't get behind it, can you? It feels wrong.
I can't.
It feels wrong to say, doesn't it?
It's because I'm not a fan of Alex Reynolds.
Oh, really? No, I they work really well together, I think.
they work well together, but like he's such a weak link that like when it's just him in the ring working somebody, I completely lose interest. Whereas like if it's Uno or Grayson, I'm just like, yeah, dude, this is gonna be some good wrestling. Fucking John Silver carries that tag team.
Well, he carries the Dark Order.
I would like to see Asuka versus anybody, but particularly Britt Baker, so I get to watch Britt Baker die.
Wait, you don't want to... Oh, wait, no. Well, no, actually, triple threat match. Asuka, Io Shirai, fucking... Oh, I was about to say Kairi Sane. Holy shit, oopsie poopsie.
Shida?
Yeah, Shida.
I would fucking love that.
Let's see here. There's one I actually had been thinking. I would love to see the Orange Cassidy Suzuki match we never got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be very, very good. Let me see. I'm so unfamiliar with the current Ring of Honor roster after everything that's happened that I'm like, anybody?
Fuck it.
Fuck them, no.
Fuck it. Fuck them. Who cares?
Brody King, Brody Lee.
That actually could, if they got that working relationship, that could happen because Brody King is working some of the U.S. New Japan shows.
Yeah. Oh wow. Fuck. It would have to involve Marty. Well, take Marty out. Dark Order versus Villain Enterprises. The name Villain came.
Villain Enterprises isn't a thing anymore. So.
Yeah.
So many of my things involve Orange Cassidy, like Orange Cassidy versus Hiromu.
Oh, fuck, yes. Oh,
I do want to see Orange Cassidy just fight everybody.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy versus Flip Gordon, but Orange has a loaded gun.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of like who Lethal would be a good pairing with.
Who what?
Lethal? Because, like, Jay Lethal can wrestle a good match. It's just, I don't know.
You could have him and Gresham, like the tag team.
Lethal Cody. The proposed faces of their company. Cody being the aide.
Oh, you mean again?
Yeah.
They already had, like, several matches years ago.
Well, yeah.
Cody hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah, that could be build up to it, too, and shit like that. Session Moth Martina versus Hangman Page in a drinking contest.
Oh, God.
I just want Paige, now that Paige has had, like, 2 years, I want to see Paige against the New Japan guys again, because I feel like now he's grown enough as a wrestler that, like, what were already, like, above average matches could be in, like, that 4, almost 5 level.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would pay good money to see Hangman versus Okada now.
Is Dalton Castle back to being Dalton Castle, or is he still on his weird heel Joe Hendry shit?
Bro, I don't even know anymore.
Cause like I wouldn't mind Dalton in AEW. I love Dalton Castle. Just if his in-ring work got a lot better.
His in-ring work is fine. It's just he suffered that injury to his hip, and like hopefully he got to recover, but that really slowed him down afterwards.
Yeah.
Because he had to wear that weird hip brace that he wore trunks over, so it looked even weirder.
Yeah, there's nothing on Dalton Castle's career post May 2019. Oops.
Oops.
Oopsie poopsies. Well, okay. What'd you boys learn this week?
You know, I learned that Dylan's not always in the tweeting mood.
I learned that sometimes I can get as frustrated and angry as everyone else about wrestling. Also, I learned Orange Cassidy needs to fight everybody.
I learned that I will argue with Scottye over shows that I haven't even seen.
Like I talk about Raw, and I'm just like, Suzuki came out during the show. Like they changed his gimmick up.
I would have known that immediately.
He would have sensed
my
it.
Twitter would have blown the fuck up.
Yeah. I would have been like, it was fucking Tanahashi in the main event. Nope, it wasn't. Shut up.
But by the way, you asked about Dalton Castle in the Pure tournament. He lost in the very first match of the tournament. It was to Jay Lethal, but he still lost.
Yeah. Who's in it now? Like, have we gotten to the finals yet, or?
It is, let's see here. It's Lethal and Gresham against, let's see here. Lethal's either facing Fred Yehi or Tracy Williams. And then Gresham's facing either Josh Woods or PJ Black. So it's probably going to be PJ Black and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
I'm happy old Tracy's still around. I love Tracy Williams. All right, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Blake A. Tanner on the Twitter. You can find me at the Darkroom Vidya on YouTube and here on the BS Network every week until I finish paying my penance.
And you can also hear him on the next episode of Opposite Attractions because we couldn't record Opposite Attractions. So instead, me and Blake fucking recorded a 50-minute tutorial on how to get drunk at Epcot properly.
Step 1, go to Mexico first. Step 2, by the time you get to Germany, it's over.
Oh, no. We started in Canada because we drink scotch in the UK. That doesn't go on a belly full of alcohol. That does not go on a belly of a lot of booze.
Listen, neither does the tequila you get in Mexico.
Yeah, but that's at least got, like, juice with it or something.
Juice.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Scottye Moore, SCOTTYEMO, and you can check out all the other programming, including the Audioverse Award-nominated Mini Adventures of Sammy Magic, and you can get all of that at aloadofpurebs.com.
Special thanks to Megaran for our theme song, Fighters. Go give some love to Megaran, friend of the podcast, friend of the show, friend of the boys here, and make sure that you support him as much, if not more, than us.
And as always, you can find us at aloadofpurebs.com. Step up to the merch table at merch.aloadofpurebs.com. Find us on Facebook, donate to the Patreon, join the Discord, and remember to follow us on Twitter at FightBoyShow Chuck Taylor, because when you're a fight boy for life!